Welcome. Today, we're exploring a powerful tool in calculus called the integral test. We'll learn how to connect the behavior of an infinite series to a more familiar concept, the area under a curve, known as an improper integral. The fundamental idea behind the integral test is that an infinite series, which is a sum of discrete terms, and its corresponding improper integral, which represents continuous area, will either both converge or both diverge. They act as a team. If you know the behavior of one, you instantly know the behavior of the other. Let's start by visualizing the series. Imagine each term of the series represents the area of a rectangle. The width of every rectangle is 1 unit, and its height is the value of the term. The total sum of the infinite series is simply the combined area of all these infinite rectangles. Now, let's overlay the graph of the continuous function that corresponds to our series terms. The area under this curve is represented by an improper integral. Notice how the rectangles from the series and the area from the integral seem to cover a similar amount of space. This visual comparison is the key to the test. Before we can use the integral test, our function must meet 3 important conditions for all values greater than or equal to 1. First, it must be continuous, meaning it has no breaks or gaps. Second, it must be positive, so we're dealing with positive areas. And third, it must be a decreasing function, ensuring the visual comparison between the rectangles and the curve is reliable. Here's the first part of the test. If you can show that the improper integral converges to a finite number, then the infinite series must also converge. Think of it this way: the area under the curve acts as a ceiling. If that total area is finite, the sum of the rectangles, which fits underneath it, must also be finite. Conversely, if the improper integral diverges, meaning its area goes off to infinity, then the infinite series must also diverge. In this case, the area under the curve acts as a floor. Since this floor is infinitely large, the sum of the rectangles sitting on top of it must also be infinite. Let's test the series sum of 1 over n squared. First, we confirm that the function 1 over x squared is positive, continuous, and decreasing for x greater than or equal to 1. Next, we evaluate the improper integral of 1 over x squared from 1 to infinity. The calculation shows the integral equals 1. Because the integral converges to a finite number, we can conclude that the series also converges. Now let's look at the famous harmonic series, which is the sum of 1 over n, the corresponding function, 1 over x, meets the 3 conditions. We then evaluate the integral of 1 over x from 1 to infinity. This results in the natural logarithm of infinity, which is infinity. Since the integral diverges, we can definitively say that the harmonic series also diverges. To summarize, always check the 3 conditions first. Then, determine if the integral converges or diverges to know if the series converges or diverges. But be very careful. The integral test only tells you if a series converges. It does not tell you the value of the sum. The value of the integral is not the same as the sum of the series.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.